welcome to another episode of The Positive Side. I'm Ann DeSantis, your host, and I have another really wonderful guest today. It's somebody that I know, somebody that I'm friends with, and somebody that I have something in common with too. As some of you know out there, I was a homeschooling mother. I homeschooled my two daughters for years, and my friend Susan McHugh also did too. And we've stayed in touch over the years, even though our kids are older now. Right? And so I want to welcome my friend, Susan McHugh.
Hi. Nice to be here. Thank you.
Nice to be here with you. Yeah. Now, first of all, just to make a little joke here, we didn't plan the color choices.
Yes. We showed up together like this.
Yeah, so we're both kind of springy here.
Same shoes, too.
Right. Similar shoes. On this Friday afternoon, it's spring. I just love
Beautiful.
spring.
Been waiting for it.
The best time of year.
Renewal, yes.
So anyway, tell me, how have you been doing?
I've been doing great. Everything's good. The kids are great, and when they're good, everything's good, right, Ann?
That's right. That's right. Now, at the beginning of the show, when you watch the intro, it says that there's a positive side to every situation. And the reason I invited Susan is that I really think she is a model for that. She's a model for someone who is positive, but hasn't had the easiest circumstances either. So let's just start out, sometimes when I do the show, we talk about life, faith, and mission. And just starting out with your life, I know that you have children, and you are a wonderful mother. You homeschooled for quite a while, and now you are a career woman and doing really well for yourself in what you do. So let's just start out with the kids and with your life, because I know that in recent years you have had a transition. So tell us about that.
So I was married. Had actually 4 kids. One was my stepdaughter, so I consider her mine. I homeschooled. Thought I had the great life, and then we came into some difficulties. And I prayed really hard. I wanted to stay. I wanted to keep it together, but it just wasn't up to me. So I became a single mother. I took the kids, moved into an apartment, start working, and that's when the kids transitioned back into school, which is fine. We had that time together, which was great. And I had to get 2 jobs at one point. So at that time, it was very, very difficult. But you keep chugging away, you just keep moving forward, you don't look back.
That's right, and I know we've talked a lot about that, and you have done that, and it hasn't been easy. I just so happen to work for a foundation that deals with people who are divorced and separated, the St. Raymond Nonatus Foundation. Anybody watching, if you want to check us out, it's nonatus.org, nonatus.org. And that was just a side note, but I mean, you've shared with me those struggles, but I know that you have overcome a lot of that. It's a day-to-day process.
Yes.
But you stay on the positive side.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
And I think that's amazing that you've done that. So,
thank you.
And you continue to do it. You got a big smile on your face too.
Thank you. Yeah.
Looking great.
Life is good.
Life is
very
good.
Yes.
So another thing that we have in common, and it's a common topic on this show, is faith.
Yes.
And so tell us about that. I mean, you do have a deep faith. I know that you pray. I know that you do believe that God has gotten you through this time in your life.
So, it's okay to get mad at God, because I did. When things didn't go my way, I was a little, upset with him. But as time went on, you develop a relationship with him, and you realize it's just you and him. And you just, like, Jesus is my friend. I talk to him every day. But he's not going to help you. I think what I did was I wanted him to take over. I left everything to him, take over, fix everything, and it doesn't work that way. So I found out, right? It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I mean, with anything in life,
right.
It's God's going to help you, but you also have to
help yourself.
It's common sense, don't you think? I mean, part of following God's will is going to be also following common sense and what's put before you. Yes, it's carrying that cross. We're in the season of Lent right now, but as a matter of fact.
Right.
So, so how has your prayer life helped you during those times?
Well, at first, I was so mad at him, I would just tell him that I was mad at him. Like, I can't believe I'm in this, but why not me? Why not me? I mean, so after a while, I started to get better and talk to him and pray a lot more, and just developing, like, I know if I do my best, he's going to get my back. I know that.
And
So-
you do, you do. Now, you've had quite a career. I mean,
Right.
you were, you know, really that homeschooling mom who was with the kids all the time. I mean, years ago, Susan and I belonged to a co-op where we would see each other every other week, and we really found a lot of commonalities and,
Right.
and stayed in touch.
Right.
And little did we know that years ago, you know, years from now, that here we'd be, right, you know,
I
on
know.
TV talking about it. So we didn't know that back in, say, like the year 2005 or
Right.
whatever it was. So anyway, so take us on that journey that you're on now, because you know you have had quite a career, and now you're working for a company called Airgas. So tell us about Airgas.
So I wrote a little down because I didn't want to, you know, go on too much, but Airgas is an Air Liquide company, and we are the leading U.S. supplier of industrial, medical, and specialty gases. So we have, I just deal with the medical, and I go into, I'm the medical specialist for the area, for the EPA area, which is the eastern Pennsylvania, South Jersey, and the north of Delaware. So I go into all the medical facilities with their account managers, and I have my eye on it, and I'm like, okay, how can I help with cost, with alleviate headaches, or how can I help with, you know, just safety? So I go in, I meet new people all the time. It's very exciting because I go in with the account manager, and in that one facility, you'll have the account manager, you'll have me, you'll have my boss, and everybody else working behind the scenes for that one account. So it's a great company, great people. I liked my boss the first time I talked to him. I told you that.
I remember.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really liked him, and they're all that way. So it's a great company, and I'm very happy to be part of it.
That is awesome, and I'm sure that they appreciate you too. Maybe some of them are watching. Who knows? And now before that, you had you specialized in respiratory therapy, and I know you told me you really had a heart for that. How did that all begin?
So years ago, I went to school for respiratory therapy, and when I was having issues with my husband, I went back to work, and you know, respiratory, we see each other from across the room, and we are like, we're family, no matter who you are. So they actually helped me through a very difficult time. But I also think it's because it's a special person that does this, that, you know, they care. They really care. I care.
I know you do.
It's good to give to people, it's good to care for people, and therefore you care for each other too. So it's just been a positive experience from day one.
It is. I mean, I know that just because we've kept in touch and you've talked to me about the transitions with, you know, career changes and things like that, but it's all gone so well. And I'm really proud of you.
Thank
to
you.
me, this is a really shining moment for you to just be able to talk about who you are, because you really are on that positive side. And I never would have invited you to come on this show unless I thought that.
Oh, thank
so
you.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
So now we talked about life, we talked about faith, and mission. Now, you know, you're a busy person now with the kids, with, I know they have their own lives, just like my kids do, you know, they're in
Right.
college now, and, but just balancing all that, how has that been for you?
It's so easy because I love work, and when I'm at work, I'm at work. I give it 100%. Then when I'm home, I give my kids 100%. So you try to make time to do a vacation together. We just, yeah. So I did a cruise with them at the beginning of the month, and that was really special. We had a very special time, and it was very bonding for us. So you keep it all together. Once you have everything in order and everything in place, and you're happy and you're calm, and things just go well. Things go well.
Yeah.
In all aspects.
Now, the other thing is, we were talking about before, is that, you know, as all of us get older, you and I are both over the age of 50, mid-50s,
Right.
and, you know, there's challenges with, you know, keeping fit, also nutrition, exercise,
Right.
just keeping yourself healthy, especially when you go through some kind of challenge like you did. How have you managed that in your life?
You know, you just have to eat right. You really do. You have to exercise. You have to pray. You have to have time for yourself and pray. And people think, oh, I don't have time for myself. I have so many things to do. And you do. You have to care for yourself in order to care for everybody else around you, right?
That's right. And one thing that we enjoy for people who are from the greater Philadelphia area is a really cool organic restaurant. It's called True Food in King of Prussia, and we like to go there. And
it is so good. Yeah,
you have to try that out if you're ever in the greater Philadelphia area.
Yeah.
True Food. There's a little commercial for them. So.
Right, there you go.
But yeah, I mean, I think all of those things. I mean, this show is the positive side. I've had people from different walks of life. Faith, nutrition, exercise, good people who are doing really great things in the nonprofit world, people who are in the music business, artists, things like that. So, yeah, I mean, and I look at you as what you're doing with taking the challenges and what some people look at as a setback, because I know that when you went through that separation, it wasn't easy.
No, it's not. I don't recommend it, but sometimes you have to do it. And it's for the greater good. In mine, it certainly was. So you just do it. You just keep, like you say, you just keep going forward. You never look back. You make a decision and you keep going forward.
Yes, well, you have done such a great job. Now, we have a lot more to talk about.
Yes.
We do have to take a break.
Okay.
So we'll see you in a few minutes on the positive side.
Boardwalks built for fun. Legendary rock and roll clubs.
This is how we do it. Hip hip hop.
Casinos by the ocean.
Hip hip hop.
Now that's New Jersey. 130 miles of beautiful beaches. Solid rock. And everything in between.
Look in the window.
Now that's New Jersey.
Burlington County College.
Is now Rowan College of Burlington County.
Still the same great faculty.
At a community college ranked top 50 in the nation.
Basically, we earn more and pay less.
RCBC students are accepted at Rowan University after graduation.
And get a bachelor's degree for around $30,000.
Online and Mount Laurel students get a 15% Rowan University tuition discount.
And have many scholarship opportunities.
So you earn more and pay even less.
Rowan College of Burlington County.
Your path to success.
They are the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. But what does it take to strengthen our service members? What does it take to let them know that we stand behind them, wherever they are? What does it take to bridge the distance and keep them connected to family, home, and country? And what does it take to prepare them for their future when their service to the nation is complete? What does it take to strengthen our service members so they can be the greatest force for good in the world? It takes a force. Be a force behind the forces. Share a message today at force.uso.org.
Hi, welcome back to The Positive Side. Ann DeSantis again. And I'm joined by a friend of mine. Her name is Susan McHugh. And as I said before, she and I had something in common. We both homeschooled our kids and then became people who were involved in a career. So she works for a company called Airgas, and we learned about that on the first half of the show. And she also talked about the fact that she had a challenge in her life in recent years, and that she did become a single mother, and she shared with us on that first half just some of the things that she's done to help in keeping her on that positive side. And I know, Susan, that you have some things there to share with us. She had jotted down some notes and some things that might help anyone who's out there, maybe going through similar circumstance, or just anyone who just needs to have that, boost to go from sort of being in a rut. We can all get into a rut sometimes,
Right.
to overcoming it. So
Right.
share that with us.
So I just wrote a few down, and there's so many more and so many more things that, we could talk about for days, right? But just a couple things that help me is when I get up in the morning, as soon as my eyes open, I'm so grateful that they're open. I say, thank you, God, for another day. You get another chance at it. Another thing is to be authentic, to truly be authentic. It's in this world with social media, Kardashians, everything, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
We're not authentic. Just be authentic, because you know what? People know when you're not being, even about little things, people know.
Well, I can see that you are, and that's
try to
one thing
be.
I really appreciate about you as a person, that you are a person of your word. I know that we were just talking last night, and you are a person too that believes in giving 100% too.
Yes.
That's part of being authentic.
Yes, it is.
That not just slacking off. Because I know
Right.
that when you do something, you really try to do it the right way because you care, because you are authentic.
Right, right. You have to be, and thank you.
Yeah, it's the truth.
So you trust your gut.
Okay.
A lot of people wouldn't be in situations that they're in now if they did, and me, that's me as well. So I trust my gut a lot more than I ever did before, because it never goes wrong. I look forward, never back. You're not back there, you're going this way. Always look forward, because there's so many regrets for all of us. We're human. Don't look back.
I love that.
Yeah,
That is so true.
It's so true, but people say it, but you don't really believe it until you actually live it. Because it'll pop up, and you're like, oh no, mm-mm.
No, it's true. And I think, do you think too, in regard to even our opinions about even other people? Because sometimes I know for myself,
Yeah.
when you're looking back and thinking about some situation or something, it can creep up about, say, what happened, or, the negativity of some situations, whether they're
Right.
family-related, work-related, whatever.
And it's usually the negative that creeps
Yeah,
back up.
exactly.
So that's, you got to push that away, push that aside.
Living in the present moment.
Yes, because you have no business being back there anymore, right?
That's right.
So then we have coming from a place of yes. Say yes. Say yes.
I love that.
People are so afraid, I can't do that job. I can't do this. I can't do that. Say yes. Because you know what? If you say yes, you're going to get it done. My boss asked me for something and I don't even know what it is yet. I'm going to find out what it is and I'm going to do it. Come from a place of yes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
I read that in
It's
a
true.
book, but yes, it is true.
Because, even when we think of our faith, it's the same kind of thing.
Right.
When God asks you, will you be that person to help such and such, or do this project, or if it's something
Exactly.
good, something positive, something helping others, something that's sacrificial,
Right.
Right? I
Yes.
mean, it is sometimes, sometimes you have to say no, but we all have boundaries.
You
We
know
all have
when,
boundaries.
right, and you know when to say yes. You feel it. You know that you have to say yes. Like if your boss comes to you with a project, you have to say yes. And if you don't get it done the first quarter, you get it done the second quarter, right?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. There are opportunities.
Yes. Yes. So, and then the other thing is we're human, so we want to do the next right thing. So often people get in a jam and they're like, how do I cover that up? No, you do the next right thing. Am I right?
Well, that's also, I think, goes along with living in the present moment, doesn't
Yes,
it? Because the next right thing is literally going to be what's in front of you.
Right. Be accountable, right?
Yeah,
I didn't
going
put
back
that
to
down, but yeah.
working like 100% of who you are and giving yourself.
Yes. Yep. The next thing is to give your job 100%.
Yeah, and that goes back again.
Yeah, give your job 100%. You may not like your boss, you may not like your job, but you know what? You may be having a bad time at home, but if you give your job 100%, so many other doors will open for you, this I promise. So many doors. People know that you're a good worker. People understand it, they see it. You can't fake it.
Well, it's about character, isn't it?
It is about character, integrity, character.
Because you know, every single person has some kind of struggle, whatever it is. Sometimes I know that even I sometimes have the perception, well, if somebody seems like everything looks perfect, you just don't know what's going on behind some closed doors or whatever,
true.
and what their struggles are or what they had to come through to get there.
Right.
You know, so I look at that even with yourself, because you did have some struggles that, you know, you have shared with me, and I know that you have been able to continuing to overcome. It's not that you're done overcoming them, right?
We wish, but you're never, ever
it's
done.
Something that's always a work in progress.
Right, right. So the next is primary foods. I talked to you about that before.
Okay.
I went to a nutritional school, which was a health coaching school for a year, and it was the best school, because I was in the time where I needed it. It's very, very positive. And you're thinking that, okay, primary foods, that's what we eat. Well, it isn't just that. It's what you're eating, what you're putting in your body, how you're treating your body with exercise. Are you exercising every day? Your finances, they need to be in order. And your relationships need to be in order, right? So everything, and when you work on one or two, the other ones just come around, and it all comes together, and your life is just at a peaceful place where I have taken care of my primary foods. My kids are good, my finance is good, my job is good, you know, and you just go around, you take care of everything.
I love that, because here when she first said primary foods, of course I'm thinking, okay, your grains, your vegetables. Like I didn't know which direction you were going in there.
I did too when I first heard it.
But I love the fact that you integrated that with like the whole person. I know that's a big buzzword right now, is like the holistic, the whole person.
Right, right.
But it is true.
But it's true.
Mean, you know, when you get up in the morning, you have to take care of every aspect, you know.
Yeah, spirituality is one of the primary foods too.
Oh, yeah.
You must believe in a higher power. You must. Because, and that's what this school said too, so it's such a great school. I was so excited.
Hey, I'd like to find out about that.
Yeah, it's great. I'll tell you all about it. But you have to have a higher power, because you can't do it alone. You cannot do it alone.
That's positive. Yeah, because when we depend on ourselves too much,
right?
You know, you separate yourself from God, from prayer, from, as you said, for me, I mean, we're both Catholic. That's our religion and what we believe. But whatever your faith background is, or even non-faith, you know, that higher power, and believing that, you know, it's not just about you. You know, you are part of a big whole here with others, and with God's will, and following His ways.
Right.
So
it's true.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's the first thing I do every morning.
Is it?
Yeah. When I wake up and I'm grateful, and I pray, thank you. And then we need to surround ourselves with positive people, and you and I talk about this a lot. We talk about it a lot, because
that's why she's on the positive side.
Because there are people in your life that no matter what you say, no matter what you do, at first you're like, yeah, I want to help you problem solve. I want to help you here. But then it's the same story, different characters. The next time you talk to them, so you're like, you know what? You don't want my help. You want to vent. You want to be negative.
Oh, yeah.
And there comes a point where you have to say, you're not throwing people away. You're just saying, you know what? In a loving way, I need to separate myself from you, because this isn't working. Because the negativity, doesn't it? When you're with someone like that, I'm drained. I am so drained at the end of my talk with them, or lunch, or whatever it is. I am absolutely drained. I don't.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because to me, it's when there's any type of, like, say, competition, or, well, one thing I'm against, now my viewers know this, and my friends and even relatives, gossip.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything to do with bashing anybody else. If you want to do that, you can't do it around me.
Right.
And I'm willing to say that right now in front of everybody, and I know you will. You are too.
Yeah.
It's just not healthy.
I mean, it's one thing to be there for someone who has a problem with someone, and it's awkward, but if they trust you, you want to help them to handle it the right way. But if they come back, now it's gossip.
Exactly. I totally agree. I totally agree. Because, you know, I mean, people of faith, we know life isn't all perfect. Come on. All right. Things happen. We could, you know, I was going to mention, like, just driving in the car, you know, things can happen. But at the end of the day, it's all how you ingest it into your life, you know, meaning, like, don't let that stop you from continuing to live.
Right.
If somebody else has an issue with me or something, or somebody I know or whatever, you know, that's I separate myself from that. You know,
if they want to talk to you about it, you'll be more than happy to say,
yes.
How can I fix this? How can we fix this? But if you know you can't, you know, then that's
exactly
their problem.
right.
And if
Yeah.
they have a problem and they don't come to you with it, it's still not your problem. It's their problem because they
That's
didn't
right.
come to you with it.
Thank you. Now you can see why Susan and I are good friends. She has to come back on the positive side. So the show's almost over. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the viewers, or just maybe the company that you work for, the contact
Sure.
information?
I don't know if they have my card up there, but you can call me, and I will help you with any of your medical gas needs. I love meeting people, and I love doing great by our customers. We service 100% satisfaction. We'll get it done. And if not, go to airgas.com, and then you can contact us that way.
Yes, and once again, her name is Susan McHugh. Susan, thank you from my heart. I thank you for joining me on the positive side. It was a great show.
It was. Thank
We
you.
wore matching colors today too.
On purpose now.
So we will see you next time. For Susan McHugh, myself, have a great day.
Thank you.